Hello, everybody, and welcome to Eden Fractal. We're here for our 124th meeting, and we're experiencing the future of collaborative governance, the Eden Fractal, and the pioneering democratic coordination tools on base in our third year, in our second epoch. We're pleased for you to join us, and we're excited for the event today. So, if you're not familiar with Eden Fractal, well, first off, we appreciate if you like and retweet these tweets from Optimistics to help spread the word, and check out edenfractal.com. Eden Fractal is a community dedicated to optimizing collective decision-making through collaborative research, development, education, gamification, and community engagement. Since 2021, the Eden community has been pioneering ways for communities to coordinate that are fair, fast, and fun. And we host bi-weekly events that bring together governance leaders and builders to explore and build better coordination systems, and both the theory and the practical implementation. Everyone's welcome to join our events, watch our videos, and explore our blog to learn about fractal consensus processes and how they can help your community or organization thrive. We believe that all communities and organizations should have the tools and methods to make the best possible decision-making. You can learn more about our vision on the website, as well as our mission to implement fractal decision-making processes throughout society. Fractal decision-making processes being these, similar to how plants branch out in fractal patterns to maximize growth and resilience. Fractal decision-making processes help communities coordinate effectively at any scale by breaking larger groups into smaller interactive groups, similar to how tree branches into smaller limbs. And this creates an environment where every voice matters and decisions scale naturally. You can learn more on the website and the articles specifically about that, and see the Respect game, which is the main game that we play for gamifying fractal decision-making processes. Everyone's welcome to join these events and play the Respect game, where you can network with talented builders and learn more about these better ways of making decisions together. We've also produced over 120 videos that everyone can take part in, as well as watch for educational content about better decision-making. And we are supporting the development of open source tools, such as the Optimistics Toolkit, to help communities cooperate with greater independence, coordination, and collaboration. I invite you to join our weekly events or bi-weekly events on Thursday the 17th UTC, and explore edenfractal.com to learn more and get involved. Feel free to share any messages in our Telegram chat as well throughout the week. You can watch the videos of all the past events, such as EF123, Impact Measurement, which was a great episode where we played the Respect game, and all of our prior episodes when we launched on base, which actually had a rebrand recently, launched Epoch 2, celebrated our 30th anniversary, and much more over the prior 3 years where we were establishing our foundations and doing all sorts of cool stuff and cool collaborations. Encourage you to check it out. We've also recently revolved the Eden Town Hall as well, which is currently not zoomed in properly on my screen, but you can see here we've produced 59 episodes of this, and we just had some great episodes over the past 30 events since we last had an Eden Town Hall, or last revived Eden Town Hall. So we'll be having that today as well after the Respect game. And you can watch all the videos from Eden Town Hall, Eden Fractal, as well as Optimism Fractal, and many other shows on the Eden Creators YouTube channel. And you can register, and we encourage you to register and invite friends on the Optimistics event calendar, where you can find Eden Fractal, Eden Town Hall, Optimism Fractal, and sometimes ORDAO Fractal and other events too. Encourage you to check it out. And you can check out the Eden Town Hall website to learn more about Eden Town Hall. And like I said, at the top of the hour, we'll be moving into Eden Town Hall for anybody who can stick around. First, we're going to play the Respect game here at Eden Fractal, and then we'll have an open discussion at Eden Town Hall. There's also some topics that I wanted to bring up too. So Rosmari shared this really nice thread that I mentioned before from Optimistics that gives an overview of the Respect game and a little overview of the recent episodes and what people shared in their recent contributions and so forth, the discussions in the Respect game. So I encourage everybody to check these out. And like I said, help spread the word. And at the Town Hall, Eden Town Hall, we'll have an open discussion. We don't yet have our agendas process yet established for Eden Town Hall, but I think we can discuss event scheduling cadence for the fractal ecosystem, with some ideas coming up for the upcoming break, which will be coming up within the next couple of weeks, and the agendas implementation and minimum respect threshold. Maybe we'll talk about that. We talked about that a little bit last time, as well as just next steps for Eden Fractal Epoch 2's implementation. We've implemented part of it, but there's still more to implement to fully actualize the vision. So as well as if anybody has any topics you'd like to discuss for the Eden Town Hall, there's a place where we'll have an open discussion about fractals and fractal governance and so forth. So looking forward to speaking with everybody there. I also want to welcome Jed and David. Thanks for joining too. I think David's new here. So for anybody who's new or anybody who may be watching, if you're not familiar with the Respect game, that's what we're going to do now. Typically, we would go into breakout rooms of up to 6 people, but we'll stay in one breakout room today because we have 6 people. And then you can learn in this article, what is the Respect game? How does it work? Basically, Each person will take about 4 minutes to share what they've done to contribute to Eden Fractal, as well as the fractal ecosystem, as well as just generally how they've helped improve governance and coordination, and generally helped improve decision making. And feel free to just introduce yourself as well along the way. And then after each person shares what they've done, typically over the past 2 weeks, but feel free to go further back as well. Then we'll work to reach consensus on who helped the most, who helped the second most, the third most, the fourth most, and so forth. And then if we can reach consensus on those rankings with 2/3 of the group, then we will be able to distribute respect on chain, and everybody who is in their group and reach consensus will receive respect tokens, and you'll receive more respect tokens if you get a higher level. You can see more details on the edenfractal.com/respect game, or this is optimistic site as well. So hope that everybody has a great time, as well as takes the opportunity to have some great conversations and share what you're doing. We'd love to help you promote your work and help everyone improve the decision making. So feel free to reach out with any questions if you have any, and also feel free to record or share your screen or share any links to your work in the Eden Fractal Telegram chat as well. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful time. So with that, I will actually open up the breakout groups now, because we actually do have 7 people now. Welcome, Zaal. Thanks for joining. And yeah, everybody have a great time. I think, yeah, Rosmari corrected me 124. Rosmari said she can skip playing. So if we want, we could stay in one breakout room. That's an option if you don't want to play Rosmari. But if we do go into breakout rooms, everybody can get respect too. So I see Zaal, also right, Jed. I think fractals would be amazing for your community. It would be interesting to see fractals for Jed's community. Normally we would go to do, you say, yep. Rosmari, did you have a preference to skip? Because otherwise we'll go, oh, I see David said gotta go. Well, you're very welcome to stay, David, if you'd like. There's no need to leave. And looking forward to meeting you. But if you do gotta go, then it's okay. We appreciate you joining for a bit too. But feel free to say hello if you want to before you go. You need to go through the docs first. Well, I encourage you to go through docs, but you don't need to go through docs first to play the game. I mean, feel free to ask me questions if you want here, but there's lots of people who don't read the documents before you get started playing. And we want to make it, very simple and very inviting, basically. All you got to do basically is just speak for a minute or 3 or 4 minutes, however much you'd like, and you can generally just introduce yourself and share your interests in the community, as well as what you do, and if there's anything you do to help people make better decisions, you can share that as well too. And then at the end, we'll do a little game where we rank each other's contributions. No one reads the docs. Tadas says, I don't know, that's true. I read the docs a lot, and I know some people read the docs, but you definitely don't need to read the docs to get started playing, though. The whole idea is to make a simple game that's lots of fun, and all you gotta do is talk for a little bit. Nope, but David's gone though. So David gave a praying symbol in the chat. Okay, so I guess we'll stay one group then, and that makes it a little simpler for us. Hope that David enjoys the docs. And with that, if anybody wants to get going and share their contributions first, then you're welcome to do so. The floor is now open.
I can start if no one else wants to volunteer. It's fine.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Will.
Yeah, so hi, everybody. Good to see you all again. Welcome back to Eden Fractal. I think it's been a couple of weeks since we met here. Last time I was here, I was talking about the common approach and impact reporting. And since the last time we met, I did a little bit more research by engaging with some of the communities that I'm involved with, especially the regenerative finance communities and the regen communities outside of this one. In that vein, and that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You guys can kind of see a few of the things that I've been doing as kind of like a form of research as well. So let me know that you can see my screen well. Should be good to go. I can see the screen share, so I know I'm sharing properly. All right, cool.
Yep,
so, So one thing I did was I did attend the Green Pill Network July Community Call 2025 to learn more about how they're building their regenerative stack and how they validate it. And as you can see, this is based on like a circles of influence mapping type exercise, but they have a lot of touch points within their ecosystem on the stack that they're building. A lot of the communities that are involved in the Green Pill chapters are focused on either environmental impact or social impact through their local community efforts as well. So as you can see, this is a pretty extensive stack that they're building and a lot of Web3 tooling here that they're using to effectuate this. So I will share the link for this YouTube. If anyone else in here, it is a 2-hour watch. It's not set up for chapters, so you can't skip to certain chapters. A lot of the first half hour is just updates from the Asian Pacific region chapters, and then they kind of go into this exercise. They also do some Miro board exercises, which I think are pretty cool as well. So you might find some of that content in here. Also, when we're talking about Web3 tooling, did fill out this form that the Green Pill Network did. The Writers Guild did put out about a Web3 tooling and refi community survey. The reason why this is important to me as a form of research is that the more we can tap into the Web3 tools that are being built, I feel it's going to be a bigger benefit to the entire ecosystem. The more we can put emphasis on the Web3 tools that we're using on a daily or weekly basis, the more validity we're giving to this space and to this entire ecosystem. And while the Green Pill Network is a very large community, I feel there are some aspects relevant to Eden Fractal and what we're building here that could have some cross-pollination there. So I'm just looking for like the best way to kind of introduce it and frame it and put it in good light. Outside of that, I am also referencing my calendar that I'm not sharing with you because that is my calendar. But with that being said, what else happened? Oh yeah, I did attend an ORDAO Fractal meeting yesterday and did get to see all the juicy updates that have been provided by Abraham Becker and Tadas working in tandem to make that a more robust and simplified process for our respect game voting. And I think that's pretty much it. But if anybody has any questions on that, I'll field them now. And yeah, let's grow.
You're muted.
I'm
I can't
muted.
hear you, Dan.
Okay, yeah, I mean, my bad. I said thank you, Will, and let's grow. And I said Rosemary's putting up the heart, and appreciate you sharing the great presentation and connecting with all these communities, and all your support for fractals. If you'd like to, I think you still, I didn't put the timer on, but I think you still have a minute. If there's anything else you wanted to add, or if you want, you can pick somebody else to go next whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'll say the only other thing since we last met on the 3rd of July, 2 weeks ago, that I've been working on is just putting forward in other communities that I'm involved in rewards mechanisms so that more communities can operate in a meritocratic fashion like we do here, or meritocratic, I guess it is. So yeah, just kind of inspiring more communities that I'm involved in to reward their active community members based on their activity and based on their merits. And that would be, a great leverage point to get those rewards mechanisms updated and then kind of slowly introduce the respect game to them. So that'd be the only other thing I would add in my remaining balance of time. And I'm going to pass it over to Rosmari.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, these past 2 weeks, I edited the videos. I think these 4 videos since the last Eden Fractal. Well, actually, these 2 videos. Yes. As well as the Eden Fractal one. And so 3 videos. And then also I promoted today's event on Twitter and other places like Telegram, and also I made another promotion earlier in the week, and that was I made another promotion like about a week ago, and in that promotion I promoted what happened during the last Eden Fractal, as well as promoted the Optimism Fractal event which happened last week. Like I made this image too. I make pretty much all the thumbnails for the videos too, and yeah, that was one of them. And I also promoted the latest Optimism Fractal episode, and linked to it here with highlights, linking to the respect game. And apart from this, I have corresponded with a few members from Eden Fractal and invited them to the Optimism Fractal event. Apart from this, I attended the ORDAO Fractal event, which happened last week. And that's pretty much it for these past 2 weeks. Zaal, would you like to go next?
Thanks, Rosmari. I assume that Z is all. I don't know if he can hear us right now. I know that Zaal was in and out before, so maybe he's having an internet issue. Oh,
Okay.
and he said, give me 1 sec, sorry.
It's okay. Tadas, do you want to go next?
I can go. Mm. Yes, so maybe I will start with the main contribution. Yeah, so first of all, well, that's not the main contribution, but just I'm finishing off sunsetting of ORDAO office hours deployment. But I talked about that already in previous meetings. And the main contribution I think that I've been working on this week is creating a repository of specifications for all of our processes and all the fractals we have interacted with. Yeah, this initiative was inspired by talking with Harvesto, who is doing research on trying to compare different consensus mechanisms used by different fractal communities, and maybe even not just fractal communities as we know them, but also any organizations practicing fractal democracy principles. Yeah, so maybe I will share my screen. Yeah, so basically I'm using the old webs repository because I think it's basically a good place for that. But it's currently in a separate branch, not in the main branch, because I just started it. And the idea is that here in the apps directory we would have all the software links to all the software repositories that fractals use. Concepts directory would have just general concepts that are reused by multiple fractals. Basically any mechanism that you could abstract out and in a way that could be applied to any fractal or even DAO. And then fractals directory would contain the documentations of mechanisms of different fractals. So far I only have worked on Genesis Fractal and Eden Fractal, and only pretty much finished, I think, Genesis Fractal stuff. Yeah, so I'm focused here on the specifications of the processes. So yeah, it contains links to docs for meeting structure, as well as consensus process, and yeah, also I thought it would be helpful to have respect distribution files, and yeah, and it contains timeline. Yeah, one thing I didn't think about when starting this is that a lot of fractals went through different phases where we use different types of processes, so that complicates everything a bit, but I've tried to do it this way where for each type of basically process you have links based on in which meetings they were active, and timeline to help get oriented, and bunch of other resources to help with that. Yeah, and I only started the Eden Fractal one, so it's not finished. Yeah, and it's something to include all fractals is I would probably need some help when it comes to some of the other fractals like upscale fractal and Zaal fractal. So this is something that I think that I would appreciate if others would chip in to help and contribute to this. Yeah. So that's the main contribution, and other than that, I hosted ORDAO Fractal event yesterday, and also the day before I published our new version of our DAO library, which contains now deployment info for Eden Fractal, which is needed for that new version of Fractalgram if it's going to support Eden Fractal organization. Yeah, and as always, just small administrative tasks for our DAO deployments like executing proposals and stuff. Yeah, that's all from my side.
All right, great stuff, Tadas. Thank you very much. I see Zaal shared a bunch of stuff in the chat. Zaal, did you get your microphone working? Do you want to present these things, or is your microphone not working? Oh, he said, sorry, I can't talk, and our proposal token gated. Okay, maybe it'd be helpful if I just pull this up on the screen. If that's good with you all, then that way people can see your contributions visually. Okay, he says, perfect, thanks. All right, cool. So I will pull this up for Zaal here now. I'm even making a special space just for Zaal here in my software. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now so everybody can see. And maybe it'd be helpful I can walk through and just speak out loud a couple of Zaal's contributions. I don't want to speak in your place, but maybe it'd be helpful just for the audience rather than just reading it to see. I mean, everybody here who's playing their respect game, obviously you can read your comments in the chat, so encourage you to do so. But I also just pulled up your, oops, I only got the first part of it copied. That's about the proposal details to host or join Zo Fractals at any time during the week, not just during Mondays at 6 p.m. ET, which is normal Zo Fractal time. And this is to do so while maintaining integrity, structuring, and documentation standards. That's a very interesting proposal, that people may host or join an alternative fractal session anytime, and it must have at least 4 participants, I suppose, to be counted as like a legitimate Zo Fractal event. And there's required documentation for the Zo Fractal events that can be hosted throughout the week too, where obviously there's more details here too. I'm just kind of giving a quick skim of it, so I encourage people to read. But the alternative fractal participation requirements include timing, minimum participants, group size, and respect voting, and required documentation, including a short summary of what people are working on, and presentations and so forth, and verification and tracking and benefits. So very interesting. Thanks for sharing, Zaal. And his roles were token gated. So this was one of the reasons why maybe he can't share the link, because it's token gated me when Charm first. And then Zaal also shared this message in the Optimism Fractal Discord, which I saw too, which is, I believe this is Curie is set up by some of the people from Hats Protocol, I believe. I think I saw, you can confirm in the chat how that's true, but I think I saw Nick from Hats said that this is a new initiative that he or the Hats team has, where they have a new high signal group chat for agent developers of, I think, bots and maybe AI agents with ambitious shipping goals for the agentic Ethereum shipping club. And there's more details here. And then I read this and I gave it some reposts and so forth. Zaal had said he's interested in working in the Zaal bot, and then Curie asked for more details about the existing agent project he's working on. And Zaal had shared the Zo Fractal bot, an AI-assisted Discord bot that turns chaotic contributor calls into on-chain proofs of work. And it lets anyone spin up a room directly in Discord using the Zo Fractal command, guiding participants through shareouts and voting with a transparent UI that produces an auto-rank leaderboard. It's fully mobile-friendly and designed to reduce friction for new contributors, to enable people to play their respect game, basically, at Zo Fractal meetings. And he's got some milestones about on-chain attestations and distribution of Zo respect tokens, and a fractal governance as a service, allowing any DAO to reward aligned work in under 5 minutes with no technical overhead. So he also shared some screenshots here and got some support from Generic Vibes. So very nice. Nice message you shared there for Generic too. So Zaal shared some of this in past weeks, and I'm excited to see the next steps being shared here. So awesome stuff, Zaal. Feel free to let us know if there's anything else. He said, perfect, thanks. Yeah, has exactly. And prop.thezao.com for anyone who has 5 Zo tokens. I think I do have 5 Zo tokens, but I'm not logged in there now. So I could just go and I guess I would see like a token gateway or something like that. Yeah, but people can check out that website to see the actual proposal, and I suppose vote as well. Hopefully I did a decent job, Zaal, of giving an overview of your contributions. And you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm sure I could go into much more detail on some things, and had you been presenting, you would have presented it much better than me. But hopefully that's helpful for anybody who's here or watching to better understand what Zaal's been doing. And of course, you could check out thezao.com to learn more about the community of musicians and independent creators that Zaal has been hosting these events for and leading and helping them to play the respect game as well. So thanks all very much. Feel free to share anything else in the chat if there's anything that I missed that you wanted me to go over. And I suppose, yeah, I didn't count the time, but I suppose I've probably been speaking for several minutes now, so I can go ahead and share my contributions now. Would probably be a good idea. So very interesting stuff, Tadas. I was just exploring that. So over the past couple of weeks, I haven't been able to work on fractal stuff nearly as much as I want to, because I've been dealing with some personal matters that are almost concluded. But I have done quite a bit still, because this is, main thing that I'm focused on when it comes to work and life and a lot of the free time I have. And I've also been watching this interesting talk with Vitalik and Balaji, which I will X out because that's in the way right now. So I hosted the Eden Town Hall last week after the Eden Fractal event. This was a great event. We actually went for longer than normal. We went for like an hour and 15 minutes. We went pretty deep into a lot of different fractal stuff. People gave presentations such as this presentation from Flavia about the research in the app that she's building to help people improve decision-making, and the tree that she shared and so forth. And then there were a lot of great discussions from various community members. Sebastian had contributed a lot, so I gave him a platform to share some of his discussions and his thoughts about Eden Fractal and fractal governance. And then we just had like an open discussion about that. And I tried to answer questions however I could best do, as well as just, provide a place where people could share their thoughts and ask questions. I think we had a really good discussion. I think that some of these Eden Town Halls lately have been really excellent, and it's been really like invigorating and exciting to share and to see like the enthusiasm for Eden Fractal and Eden Town Halls. So I encourage you, if you weren't at the event, to listen to it and watch, and it's really exciting to see all the stuff that's coming to the fractal communities. And obviously huge thanks to everybody who participated in this event to make it special, but the hosting of that is something that I in particular contributed to it, as well as my discussion topics and so forth. I also hosted the Optimism Fractal video too, or not just the video, but the event. Rosmari made this beautiful fun times imagery, and I had hosted the event, and we had quite a nice event. I think this was a smaller event. There was just the four of us there, but yeah, we shared a lot of contributions to what we're doing to the fractal ecosystem, and continually working to help the Optimism ecosystem to experience and enjoy the benefits of fractal governance and fractal decision making, and encourage people to check it out. There's show notes there in the website. And I also attended the ORDAO Fractal event and shared a bunch of thoughts there as well. Thanks to Tadas for hosting that. And then I had meetings with Rosmari about marketing over the past week or two. I'd say probably a couple meetings about this, marketing strategy in general, and like private outreach, and our video editing. I don't know if I mentioned, but I worked a lot with Rosmari on some guidance about like how we can create a standardized kind of image for the Eden Town Hall thumbnails, as well as a few weeks ago, I worked on the intro video for the Eden Town Hall. I'm not sure if I mentioned that previously. And then one of the things that we had discussed that I've been thinking about a lot is the schedule for the Optimistics events and the fractal ecosystem. I mentioned this briefly, but we have, there's this event scheduling forecast I've been going back and forth as well with AIs about, and figuring out the best way to do it, because we previously stated that we do something like one event skipped in the mid-season and two events at the end. But I'm trying to calculate it because I've gone back and forth like many times trying to figure out the right thing, because when we come back after the winter break, then it's going to be, or when we come back after the end of the season, it's going to be like Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's and stuff like that. And then also right now Eden Fractal is one event ahead, or even like almost two, or one event behind, or maybe even two events behind Optimism Fractal, because it got started an event later, in a sense, with Epoch 2. And so I've been working on kind of a document, or maybe a proposal or something like that, that states basically how I think that we should do this, and organize the breaks and stuff like that, and trying to balance out all of the community's like needs and what would be best for the community. I'll share more about that during the Eden Town Hall, but basically, like, it's quite long right now. But I think I can synthesize it to be much shorter. Basically, I think doing a 2-event break for Optimism Fractal and a 1-event break for Eden Fractal for the mid-season, and then probably a 3-event break at the end of the season, but also trying to work with people like Easy and other community leaders to have other great events in the season. But anyway, I'm probably going on more detail about that. And I heard the timer was up too. So the last thing that I've been working on a lot, but I haven't yet really shared about it. I'm sorry, I shared your comment there, Tadas. It's just that I made this document like a month ago that I've been going back and forth with Tadas. And so I've been sharing some very detailed comments. It's all about how to grow the fractal ecosystem via business development and nonprofit development and so forth. And so that's been something that I've been continually working on. But right now, that's private mostly. So I'll just let you know that I've been working on that, and looking forward to sharing more details soon. All right. My apologies for going long. I don't know if I went over 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Either way, sorry for going a bit long. And if anybody has any thoughts or questions for each other, then feel free to share. And if anybody wants to start up a Fractogram group, then please let us know. If not, I can create one. I suppose we'll use the Telegram app still, because we tested Abraham's app yesterday, but Abraham's app, he made a lot of big improvements, but there's still some bugs to work out too, though. So I think I saw Tadas approving the Telegram app. Tadas, do you want to create the Telegram group for Fractogram?
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. While Tadas is getting that set up, maybe I can ask, actually, maybe I won't ask because I'll be distracting people. And Tadas just he just shared the group in the Telegram chat. So I encourage everyone to join, and then get ready to share your Ethereum addresses in there.
We're waiting for Rosmari and Zaal in the
Okay.
Telegram group.
Thanks for letting us
Okay.
know.
Now I see everyone has joined. enter our accounts.
I see Will's got a new picture here. Got a let's grow little tree. Very
That
cool.
is my tree gen.
Hmm.
That custom tree gen that I was awarded with a superfluid application to it.
Okay. Interesting. I don't remember the end, but a superfluid application to it.
Well, superfluid. So if you put your PFP in a post that Superfluid put out recently, they'll put the superfluid overlay on your PFP.
Okay. Interesting. Well, it looks very cool. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, no worries.
We're still waiting for Zaal, I believe, to enter his account in the Telegram group. Zaal entered something that's not quite his account. It's all entering a contract with Wave Wars here.
Okay, thanks, Zaal.
It was the last thing he had in his clipboard, probably.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're ranking level 6. So we're going to rank who you think did the most to contribute to Eden Fractal and our mission here, based upon the presentations everybody just shared. Okay. It looks like we have everybody voting. We have 3 votes for Tadas, 1 vote for me, and 1 vote for Will. So we need to reach consensus. Would anybody like to advocate or share their thoughts on whom they think should be level 6, or perhaps change their vote to help us reach consensus? I'll go ahead and advocate for Tadas. And it looks like that did it. Yeah. I was very convincing there for Zaal, I think.
You were very convincing.
Yeah.
Good argument.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thanks. And now level 5. I like Bill's presentations in basically every respect game for Eden Fractal, especially because he presents a lot of stuff from around the whole ecosystem that I didn't know about, but I'm eager to learn. So yeah, I think that's very useful actually.
I agree. Yeah, I love Will's presentations here, Eden Fractal. By the way, we don't have a vote. Okay, so we now have a vote from Rosmari. So there is 1 vote for Zaal, 2 votes for Will, and 2 votes for me. So we need to reach consensus. Would anybody else like to change their vote or advocate either way? And it looks like we have consensus for
you
Will
guys are very
at level 5.
generous. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Happy to give you respect, Will. Oops. Okay. And we have 3 votes for me, 1 vote for Rosmari, 1 vote for Zaal. Would anyone like to advocate either way or change their votes?
I'm gonna advocate for Zaal because I think it's very commendable what he's doing in taking what's been built here from an architectural perspective, applying it to his own community, and then further refining and iterating on it to make it more inclusive and not just tied into a single event. So that's why I voted for Zaal.
Okay, there's one person who didn't vote. Right now I have 3 votes and Zaal has 1 vote. Somebody removed their vote. I think Tadas did, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not sure who to vote for anymore. Zal, I'm curious about whether how close to implementation that idea is, and yeah, and it's still I think it's useful to think about more flexible schedules for a spec game, but uh, yeah, I think there might be some flaws with doing it that way. Um, yeah, so I'm just voting for Dan for the sake of consensus. But yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for the vote, Tadas. And now we can move on to level 3. And thanks everybody else for the vote as well. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate Rosmari reaching out to all the members. I think that's very necessary. Uh,
Okay. And now we have 3 votes for Zaal and 2 votes for Rosmari. And Zaal writes in the chat, Rosemary's awesome. That's why I voted for her. I love seeing notifications rolling on Tuesday and Wednesdays. I do too. This was a tough one for me. It looks like Rosemary has more votes now. Okay, well, I'm happy to switch for Rosemary too. I was debating between, because Zaal also does an amazing job hosting the fractals, the Zo Fractal. That deserves a lot of respect. That's really important, as well as his technical development and outreach. But Rosemary is continually playing a key role in supporting 2 core fractals, actually 3 core fractals as well. So they're both really important contributions. Zaal says, that's fine. Rosemary's killing it. I love the squad here. Always a blast. Me too, Zaal. I always love your support and your enthusiasm. And looks like we have consensus on the respect game. So thanks everybody for playing and sharing the great contributions. Open fractals, much appreciated. And Tadas is going to be submitting the results, or Tadas is going to be posting. He just posted where we can submit results. So encourage everybody to submit on chain. And if anybody had any comments, then feel free to share about the respect game or anything else. I think some questions I could ask about people's contributions that I could have asked before, but we could also get started with the town hall whenever we're ready to and have a open discussion there.
This is pushing the OP Sequoia, just so you know.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe that issue we were having with
Yeah, yesterday.
with Abraham's app yesterday. It wasn't issue specifically with Abraham's app, but it was with maybe Or client or something.
But what if you can still see what contract is it submitting to? Contract address.
It says network. It's not giving me a full address I can copy. I've got the chain ID, but I know that's probably not helpful.
It should, if
Let me
you
try. Okay, let me try just isolating it to base and see if that works. Hold on.
Yeah, if you switch networks, I think it should work.
Okay, let me double check here real quick. Give me a second. Maybe it's just something left over from yesterday.
For me, it switches. I switch to Pisa Polia, enter the app, and see it's on base.
Okay, user error.
Okay, for
That's
Rosmari,
pushing
she
it out
got
to
it
base.
to. Okay, it looks like Rosemary's able to submit successfully too, after switching over to base. By the way, I don't know if anybody heard about Base's rebrand and the new Base app. There's some exciting stuff going on from Base.
Yep, a new day one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the event, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and also Ethereum too. Lots of stuff going on.
Oh, I was gonna say they beat X to the punch as far as having an everything app so far.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the Farcaster integration too?
I mean, yes, I haven't had the chance. I want to watch the full video that I saw. There's like an hour and a half long video where
it's almost 2 hours long. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just I'll share my screen for anybody who's not familiar with what we're talking about, and that can be a way to start kicking us off too into the town hall. Also see somebody retweeting Optimism Fractal, which is nice to see. Very good. Yeah, people go to base. The new logo is a square, and it pays to be here. Create, earn, trade, discover apps, and chat with friends all in one place. A new day one with Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, and Jesse Polak, creator of Base. And this, so yeah, excited to check out the new day one and everything they're doing here. And yeah, you can check out base.org for the new website design too, for base build and base chain, base pay, and everything like that. Very exciting stuff. And this is the app with, as you were saying, there's the Farcaster integration, and you can see. I don't know. It's just very, very cool what Base is doing. And then there's a Base app where you can see the converted Coinbase wallet into Base. That's the result of the question is day two or still day one. That's right. Well, we'll see. My intuition is that day two is going to be probably quite good as well for Base. I think that Eden Fractal is in a good place with Base. All right. If anybody wants, then feel free to share any comments. But otherwise, if anybody has to go to, then thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for playing the respect game. Really enjoyed and appreciated seeing everybody hear everybody's contributions in their respect game. And now we'll have another hour scheduled for the Eden Town Hall. So I'll kick us off momentarily for this. I'm also going to bring out the base stuff too. Shout out to base during the town hall. All right. Thanks everybody for playing the respect game. If anyone wants to join me, I'm going to say go Eden Fractal. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go
Eden
Fractal.
Fractal. Woohoo! All right. Thanks all.